again.
Okay.
All right. So, Jacobo Beltrán.
Hello,
What's
Carla.
your...
Good night, teacher.
Thank you. Good night.
Good
All right.
evening.
Good evening. Okay, so Belém, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, teacher. And you?
Fine, thank you very much. Okay, so let's talk about something so interesting today. You know what? We are going to talk about natural disasters. All right, first of all, I would like to ask you, Belén Briceño, all right, Gaby Vargas, Jacobo Beltrán, Carla, yes, Carla
Yes,
Jacobo Beltrán,
yes,
right, thank you, and who else? Diana Sofia,
Yes.
excellent, Diana Sofia, and what about iPhone Avisai?
Hi, teacher. Good night.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Excellent. All right, who is Lenovo? Hello, Lenovo. Here we don't have a microphone. All right, so you know what? Talk about natural disasters, all right? So I would like you to talk to me about any natural disaster event that you have seen has been so impressive for you. So please, Diana, could you talk to us about any natural disaster that you know?
Earthquaker.
Yes, could be the earthquake, for example.
I remember the last year here in Mexico was an earthquake. I remember how all the earth moved really, not really hard, like I don't remember exactly the scale, but I remember how the panic from the people,
All right.
all running and screaming and think like the world will end.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you very much, Diana. Okay, so what about you, Gabby? What do you remember about the earthquake or any other event?
Mhm. Okay, the first earthquake in the last year, when it happens in Oaxaca and Guerrero, the first earthquake, it was very I was very espantada or
I was afraid.
afraid, okay, because it happens in the night, and I was alone in my house, and I feel something special and a lot of panic, and I don't know how to do when it happens.
Yeah, because it was so surprising. Well,
Uh,
all of the earthquakes are surprising even. Okay, thank you, Gabby. So, Belen, what could you talk to us about the earthquake or any other event?
Mm, the last year, um, the earthquake. I remember the panic the people. Uh, the light in the sky,
Oh, yeah.
the light in the sky. Um, the terror, the horror.
mhm.
Um, That's all.
Yes, that's it. You're right. There were many people who were afraid. There was panic everywhere. Well, thank you very much, Elaine. So, Archimedes, how are you?
Hi, Maggie.
How are you
Hi, Maggie.
today? Hello. I'm very happy to listen to you again. Archimedes, about any event, any natural disaster that you could see or that you knew about?
Uh, when I remember the earthquake in the 1985.
Oh, yes.
I was in the junior school and secondary school in the second grade.
And where were you when it happened?
I I was in my uh, beginning in the class in the school, and the last earthquake, uh, the last year I was in with my doctor taking uh, con- consult,
Oh,
uh,
my.
and we we were watching the report in the TV, and in this moment started the earthquake, and we uh, take take it off of the room.
Yeah, we left the room.
We left of the room, and the doctor was very scared, or how do you say, mm, espantado,
Terrified.
terrified, very terrified.
Oh, my.
I
Yeah, all right. Well, and what did you do to help the doctor? Because I guess you had to help him.
uh, I I I talked I talked that he should be quiet, to be should he calm, or take it easy, and he I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess that it was a very difficult situation. All right. Well, Archimedes, I thank you so much. Carla, what can you talk to us about that situation?
Okay. Actually, I live in Tulum, and the most common natural disaster here is hurricane. And I have never seen one, but the people say is terrible because the wind is strong and really fly all things.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, and uh, rain llueve mucho, ¿no? Rained a lot.
It rains a lot.
It rains a lot. And I don't know, the people can work, can get out of the houses. The people, um, in some cases, don't have anything for the eat, and no light, no water, um, no communication, no phone, and nothing.
That's it. You're right. Okay. So, Abisai, what about you? Please talk to us.
Oh, I remember the last year, the earthquake
Yes.
in Mexico City.
Ay, ya se
Uh-huh.
acabaron mis dulces.
All right. So, yes, let's continue. So, what happened in that earthquake, Abisai?
Oh, I was in my job,
Okay.
and a lot of things fall, like
That from their place.
yes, like
Hey,
for I don't remember how do you say muebles,
furniture.
furnitures. Yes, furnitures.
And tell me, is your, well, maybe is your work in a second floor or kind of like that?
Oh, my job is in a ground floor.
In a ground floor. Yeah,
Yes,
but anyway, I guess it was scaring.
yes. I was afraid.
Oh my, it was so terrible. Thank you very much, Avisai. Viridiana, welcome. How are you? Viridiana, can you listen to us? Hello. All right. You know what? I would like to talk to you about something. Here we
Okay.
are. There are many different disasters, apart, of course, besides earthquakes. There are, for example, landslides. There are also uh, solar flares,
Okay.
floods,
What is
tornadoes. Floats. It's whenever, for example, it rains a lot, it rains cats and dogs, and there's an enormous quantity of water, and water can take how houses, cars.
okay?
So, of course, it is really dangerous. I remember that some years ago, it happened in Texas. In Texas, there were enormous floods and many people died.
Yes, I remember.
Ayúdamela.
Yeah, all right. What about the droughts? Here we have droughts.
Droughts. What is that?
Here we can see a drought.
Okay.
Yes, so it is also a natural disaster. Of course, it doesn't cause as much destruction as floods or volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, but anyway, it causes damage. Causes famine, for example. The absence, the lack of food. All right. So what about landslides?
When
The first. The
landslide,
first. Uh-huh.
when the earth, i- when the raining, it's raining a lot, and the earth gets all this water.
Yes, that's it. Or whenever the land moves and it can take everything wherever it pass by. For example, they can take houses. As far as we can see here, there was destruction because of these landslides. Can you see?
Yeah, in my city, I love many years ago, it take this kind of disaster.
My, it was so sad. All right, so here we can see a hurricane. Can you see it?
Yeah,
And here we have a, what is it?
Volcano.
A,
it's a volcano.
a volcano. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so do you think that a volcano can be dangerous?
Yeah,
Yes.
Why?
because it shoot a lot of the stones, hot stones at the around of the hair. Uh, I don't know the peak.
Yeah, so it burning lava, and that burning lava can cause many enormous danger and damage. Yes, you're right. Okay, thank you very much. So, anybody else? Could anybody talk to me about some different disasters apart from the earthquake?
Maggie, what does mean blizzards?
Ah, the blizzard. If
Uh-huh.
where it is raining so heavily, but it takes also wind. It's
Uh,
kind of like a hurricane, but not so big, not so strong. Yes, it's like a little hurricane.
Oh,
Yeah, we call it like tromba,
mhm.
Yeah.
a kind of like that. All right, thank you very much. So let's go to the next part. Look at this. Well, give me a moment. Hey, come on. You know what? My computer doesn't obey me. Okay. All right,
because
here we are. By
be-
you?
because it's Monday.
Oh, that's it. Yes, and you know what? Yesterday and the day before yesterday, it was wild party. So
Yeah.
there's a word we say that we were party animals, and so yeah, I was a party animal yesterday. So my computer doesn't respect me anymore.
Okay.
All right. So you know what? Petra Nemkova said, "We cannot stop natural disasters, but we can arm ourselves with knowledge. So many lives wouldn't have to be lost if there was enough disaster preparedness." So, what do you think about this thought, this phrase?
It's true because the natural is not there are no control for the human.
Yes, that's it. There's no control on nature, but we can be prepared.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you consider that we are prepared for facing a natural disaster?
Not at all. All the time we think that we are invincible or things like that. And when the natural disaster pass or is in the moment, all the people are afraid and think that the world will final and never prepared. Uh, just a little percent from people are prepared for different disaster from the part of the world that they live, but they mostly no. They think about other things, but never think about it.
Oh, yeah. Or, well, I guess that some people think that it won't ever happen. They say, no way. Yes, okay. It may be in another country, not in Mexico, no?
Yes.
So that's the most dangerous and difficult part. Okay, so look at this. Let's go to the next slide. Here you are. Natural disasters preparedness. This is an analysis about how can we get, how we can get mitigation for the pain. Here we are. This is the part that we want to have, the mitigation of the pain. But for getting to this part, we need, first of all, community resilience. What do you think it is?
When the people in the country, in the town do nothing or wants to do nothing.
It could be, yes. It's a great idea, but well, community resilience is whenever we are coping with pain, whenever we are resisting everybody together. For example, what happened in the earthquake last year in 2017 was that there was community resilience because people, instead of being crying and praying and doing nothing, people had organization and they had donations, they had help, voluntarily help. So that was community resilience. All right, we are in the middle of a disaster. But what are we going to do? Are we going to cry or what? Okay, so the next part we need.
Que meta la página, ahí viene para dar de alta, si no que vaya a su subdelegación y que pregunte.
You know what? I would like you to help me. I would like to tell you, whenever we are at class and your microphone is on, we can listen everything you say. And sometimes it is much better to turn your microphone off so that you protect your privacy. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so you know what? Yes, for having that community resilience, we need public information and warning. Do you consider that we have that public information, that warning?
Yes, but not
Yes
complete.
and no, because just this kind of information public from different ways when the catastrophe passed and when is the moment, but all that doesn't import. No, it's really important from the all the people. Never public about this. You never see about this kind of information on the TV or listen about it from all the years. Just when the catastrophe passed.
That's it. Yes, you're right. So we have information, yes. We have warning, but not in the moment. It is not for prevention. It's just for information.
I think that the people is not enough interested in this kind of information.
Yes, that's it. Well, part of that, yes, and part of the point that we don't have enough information. I guess that we should have courses. All right. So let's
Yeah.
go to yes. All right. Let's go to the next, long-term vulnerability reduction. All right. What is it? What is long-term vulnerability reduction? Okay, it is the how we are going to plan for having less necessities in long term. What I mean is that do you remember that in the last earthquake there was there were lots of people helping, and there were donations, there was help everywhere, but just for a short time.
Yeah.
After 2 or 3 months, nobody spoke again about volunteering, to donate food, to donate clothes, nothing. So the vulnerability that we had was not prepared for a long term. There were, well, I remember that I saw an article about um, the earthquake in 1985, and they said that there, after 1 year, there were people who became homeless, and they were living in the streets, and they were looking for food in the municipal trash place. So it was because there was help, but not the long term. It was just for a while.
Okay.
And you know what? I remember that now in this event, there were many students helping, many architecture students, many engineering students.
Merit.
But guess what? There were there were many of them who wanted really were long to keep on helping. But it happened that they were forced to go back to their classrooms. They said that the teacher said, all right, you went to help, but you were absent from classes. And so the students said, hey, you are forming professionals to help. So now it is the point. Yes, yes, I listen to you.
It happens really that you are saying about the classes.
Yes, I tell you this because my daughter study in UNAM. She's studying in FES Aragon, and
Mhm.
she told me about that. She said the students don't want to go back to classes, not because they are lazy people, but because they want to keep on helping. And teachers said, okay, you were vacation or what? You need to go back to the classes. But teacher, we are helping, and that's what the society need in this moment. And teacher said, okay, you are going to be in heaven. You are an angel, but you are going to be a failed angel. So go back to classes. And so they were forced to continue going to school and to abandon all of the works of rebuilding or keep on helping. I remember that there were many pedagogy students, psychology students who wanted to be helping in the places where people were living. They were helping children to recover because, of course, children were nervous, they were scared. So they were going to see children, to play with them, to tell them stories, to help them to remember how to read, how to write. And they were forced also to go back to school. So, well, in my point of view, it is sad that we don't do what we should. No, in this case, it was very good that students were helping, but it was not a very good point that we teachers said, okay, it's not my problem. So that's what I don't understand. What's your opinion about it?
I think that for the point about from the teacher was a little good because they have a time from teach from the students all the things that they need from the teams and things like that. And obviously, um, the student wants to help to other others and more in this kind of catastrophes and this kind of times, but all have time for that. For example, the students could be in the school in the mornings and the afternoon when they can't or in the weekend they could have recollect with other people things to help the catastrophe or things like that because obviously they interrupt her all them students.
That's it, you're right. That's what I was talking about, long-term vulnerability reduction. That
Uh,
we could, yes,
I think that the point is to organize the society to 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 keep helping the people and continue uh, with the with the quotidian life,
yeah, with their everyday life.
everyday life. Okay.
That's it. Yes, you're right. Okay, so whenever we want to have a long-term vulnerability reduction, we need operational coordination. That's what you said, Archimedes. That's
Yeah.
pretty. So that operational coordination helps people to have organization about what we are going to do, when and how much it's costing, and everything about planning. Obviously, we need planning about it. All right, here we are. And threats, hazard identification. What are the damages and how much we are going to spend about time, money, efforts to rebuild it or fix that situation. Later, risk and disaster resilience assessment. We are going to evaluate what is the resilience that we are going to have about risk and disaster, and if we are going to be able to work with that. And then we are going to have the mitigation of the pain. Obviously, we cannot rebuild the houses that were lost. We are not going to relieve or die. We have to continue it early. Okay, so what's your opinion about this, Gabby?
Mhm. Okay, I think that um, the way to mitigation the pain or the damage is have to have a good education or an education about how to do when it happens. I think that because we don't remember in the moment we can what we have to do in a disaster because all the time you feel afraid about many things. I in my job I am the part of the brigada or
Yes,
the brigada. But when earthquake happens, I was very nervous. I can do anything that I only run, and I can do anything for to make to do something different and to keep the calm because the pain or not the pain the affair for me was very high or I don't know how to say, el miedo fue grande.
Or you can say also, Gabby, that you were terrified.
Ajá, okay.
Yes, that's it. Yes, you know what? It is something interesting because, yes, we can be prepared, but we don't know our natural reaction to any situation like that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That was a great opinion. Okay. Anybody else? Uh, Diana, what do you think about it?
I guess to keep mitigation, it's necessary to create a program which society knows what to do in a disaster. Maybe helping with professions or donations or simple know what to do before, during, and after the disaster.
That's it. Excellent. Yes, well, I coincide. What about the others? What do you think about it, Diana?
Well, I think like my last how it said classmate say we need organize what's supposed to do before and last later and after for all these kind of catastrophe. But we need to have like a place or organization from could help to everybody, not just the police will uh, separate all the people from the damage and the all the rest like doctors and things like that look what's supposed to do with the people that have something things like that. I think that we need organizate to all the society have a place or something like that that we have to prepare for everything like have food, have medicine, things for if something it's really wrong. For example, I don't know, a flat, it's break or it's burning or things like that. We need to have to prepare for all kind of catastrophes because yes, for example, here in Mexico, it's really normal to know the mostly catastrophe will earthquakes, but you don't know nothing from the future. For example, um, the natural could be changed. Maybe in some years we could be have a tornado too, but we need to prepare for everything kind of disaster because we don't have idea from the future what or what is the moment that could happen.
You're right. Well, as Gabby said, that sometimes we can have, well, no, I don't remember if it was Gabby or it was Viridiana, that we can have any brigades so that we know what to do. But in the moment that we are in the problem, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to react. Okay. So, Carla, what do you think about this?
Okay. In this case, for example, is a little different because in this area, the hurricanes, we can see the hurricanes. The hurricanes is okay. Hurricanes.
Hurricane.
And the people knows and the people prepare all things. There are many schools for refugios. How do you say refugios?
Refugees?
Refugees, for the people who have less. And I think the problem is after the disaster because many people or a lot of people lost everything, and we need a lot of money and a lot of food, a lot of water, etc., for cover of all necesidades,
Necessities.
necessities, and maybe the government needs a big plan for cover all problems.
That's it. Yes, you're right. Okay. And so, you know what? I think that, well, a part of this, we need to be prepared in a personal way because most of the times we don't pay attention to what would we do still the moment that the things happen. For example, well, we can have some equipment, some necessary equipment for these things. For example, well, a cellular phone. It is necessary to have our cellular phone perfectly charged and with credit. Don't you think so? We need also to have the emergency phone numbers. In my case, I don't have any number.
Me neither.
And we need also, here we are.
We
Uh,
need we
ha,
need to record all the important numbers on our mind.
that's it. Yes, you're right. And we need to have on hand, not on hand, on feet, running shoes.
The important paper.
Yes, that's it. The important documents. Pretty good. Very sensible. And what else?
And if you are sick, your medicines.
Excellent. Yes, that's it.
Mhm,
For example, the people who suffer from diabetes,
mhm.
asthma.
And something important, the pets.
Oh, yes. Because of the times we go running, we run away. And what about our pets?
Mhm.
The first helps.
Mm, yes, first aid kit. Here we are. The first aid kit. You know what? I was thinking about that. Yes, we need a first aid kit and a gauze and antiseptic ointment and gauze pads. But what happens if I don't know what to use them? How to use them? Then I think that we also need a course.
In general, I think we need to to have regular drills like to sport or football have training in order to know what I can do in case of any disaster.
That's it. Yes, you're right. Yes, because, okay, we have the equipment, but what am I going to do with all of that?
Like to say, Gabby, everybody gets terrified in this moment, and everybody lost what has to do.
That's it. Yes, that's it. And it is so necessary to know how to react. All right. Well, and so in your case, for example, do you have any equipment prepared?
Yes.
Yes.
For the last year, I have all the time a little backpack with a floodlight, with in the kitchen we have a first aid kit, a little that we buy from this kind of case. Well, for example, the running shoes, the clothes, things like that. I don't have prepared it, but I think the little bag with your food, with water, medicine, and things like that, I had. For the last year, my family was afraid about these kind of things for the earthquake. It's like a really normal or common to see these kind of bags from around from the principal door, from the principal exit from the house.
Hey, that's pretty good. You know what? Something that I have already thought, I have just thought, is that we are prepared for going running, for running away during the day. But what could it happen if we are sleeping and we suddenly realize that it is in progress, an earthquake in progress? And maybe some of us like to sleep very comfortably, and so what happens if we don't have any appropriate clothes for going out from the house? If we stop uh, running away because I have to dress up, maybe it is a risky situation, couldn't it be?
Yeah, the
I sleep
last
in a pants.
You?
Yes,
Yeah, we could wear a pants, a sport pants whenever we
for
are,
pants. Mhm.
yeah, maybe a sweater or a t-shirt, a comfortable t-shirt.
Yes. So the first, I know the remaining calm is in this moment is an earthquake. This is important. Remain calm and identify in your house or in your house where is the local into the house
Part.
the part is try to retreat into the earthquake is now.
Yes, that's it. But you know what? We can also focus on what is the most um,
Safe.
safe. Yes, the safest. The safest
Yes.
is to,
I live in apartment in the three floor and it's difficult to down quickly.
oh yes, because of the stairs and because of the of lift, or maybe because of the distance. That's all.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. And so we have to create our own strategies so that we can be safe.
Yes.
Or
the,
Identify the part
yes,
in the house is safe. Is safe there.
that's it. Yes, Archimedes, you wanted to talk.
yeah, this is the uh, is one thing that we need to know the information about the the how to react in this case on this example. uh, we don't need to go away of the house because in actually the the uh, how do you say protección civil?
Civil protection.
Civil protection said that we know the triangle of life
Uh-huh.
to protect us actuality.
Yes, that's it. Instead of going out of the house, running and screaming.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. But what is the life triangle?
The life triangle is when you stay in a room, you need to find a place, for example, uh, between uh, in a table. If you have near a table, you can put between the floor and the table, and you you get in this in a triangle between the table and the floor. In case something drops, you can save your life or save any drop
Uh-huh.
in your head or any part of your body.
Hey, that's great. Yes, that's a very good idea. Even sometimes we think that we have to go out of the house in advance, but what happens if it is not possible? You're right. It should be much better to have the security, the life triangle. All right. Well, you know what? I don't know if you want to say anything else. Anybody to say any other opinion?
I think if the house snow is not beginning to fall, everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the most of the time I do that. But when it's more if it's in the night, I stay in the bed, I'm sleeping, and I feel the earthquake. And if I say, oh well, I saw the house, it's okay. I don't look that something is breaking. I prefer staying in the bed and waiting.
Yeah, that's
Just
it.
if I'm
If we are in panic, it could be more dangerous.
yes, because when someone is in panic, don't think all the things really good.
That's it. Yes. We don't think as sensibly as we should. Well, I thank you so much for your participation. You know what? It was very interesting because we could not only practice English, but also to talk about something that is very important because, well, we have suffered from some earthquakes and we didn't know what to do. Well, I don't know if anyone else wants to say anything else.
No.
No? All right.
No, no.
No, thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed the class. It was so nice, so interesting. And have a very good night.
Thank you very much, teacher.
Thank you, Maggie.
Next
It's a
week.
Teacher.
it's a pleasure
Good
share
night, teacher.
this moment with us.
Thank you very much. For me too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, teacher. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Have a very good night.
You
Thank
too.
you. Bye.
Thank you.